This simple group of young people were dancing at a music festival, hoping for peace, trying to celebrate peace, as so many of their lives came to a tragic end. On May the 5th, 2024, in churches across America, Eagles Wings partnered with the Moral Hearts Alliance in what we called Solidarity Sunday. Solidarity Sunday brought over survivors of the October 7th massacre so that we could bear witness to the atrocities that were committed by Hamas against innocent Israeli civilians on October the 7th. Interestingly, providentially, May the 5th coincided with Holocaust Remembrance Day. The nations of the earth for 75 years have been putting out the slogan, never again. But certainly never again is now. We see an alarming rise of antisemitism that we have not seen since the days of Hitler's rise to power. I want to invite you to hear the testimony of these survivors of the October 7th massacre on Solidarity Sunday as we bear witness and we commit ourselves not only to the slogan of never again, but to living lifestyles as watchmen on the wall to commit to the safety of the Jewish people and of the state of Israel. Yoni Diller is a 28-year-old filmmaker and is a survivor of the Nova Music Festival. Yoni tells the story of running for endless hours on October the 7th, location after location, and making a series of providential decisions that somehow saved his life, while all around him, he watched others from the Nova Music Festival, his friends, being gunned down and killed. He lost many friends and close colleagues who he went to the Nova Music Festival with on that fateful day. Since then, he has traveled here in America and around the world, specifically on college students, to try to tell the story of this simple group of young people who were dancing at a music festival, hoping for peace, trying to celebrate peace, as so many of their lives came to a tragic end. Join me as we hear Yoni Diller bear witness to the horrors of October the 7th.
We arrived around 4 a.m. I went together with a good friend of mine. We took the car and we arrived at the festival. Beautiful location, beautiful vibe, beautiful people in the forest, not too far from Gaza. 6 a.m., I tell my friends, guys, let's go enjoy the party. Let's go dance. Let's go to the dance floor. Now, usually in these festivals, the highlight is when the sunrise comes. 6 a.m., we're in the dance floor. 6:30, 6:29, I see rockets coming from Gaza, one after another. I look left, I look right, I see rockets coming from everywhere. Now, at the beginning, I was sure I might be in a dream. This can't be happening. We're in a festival. I see rockets. I tell my friend, are you seeing this? Not too much time to think. You know, everyone's like taking cover. The police took the mic. They told everyone to go to their cars and leave because it was an open area. It was an open space. There wasn't really a place to hide. So we all thought in the beginning it was just rockets. And the atmosphere in this festival is kind of really mixed emotions. People were scared. People were panicking. Some people were crying. Some people were just, we'll just wait for this to pass. We're already used to this. I would say I was kind of in the middle, together with a friend of mine. I went together with my friend, and we start waiting. We waited and waited for so long. 3,000 people. Imagine 3,000 people in this kind of place trying to get out. Everything was jammed. So I thought maybe it's a good idea. Let's take the other road. In retrospect, that decision kind of saved our life. Why? When we took that right turn, there was less traffic. But suddenly, I see a group of people, our people, yelling at us, guys, U-turn now, run. Don't think, don't ask questions, just run now, do a U-turn. I didn't understand what's happening. I looked at my friend, Nadav, I asked him, why are they yelling? Why are the people from the exit telling us not to go to the exit? few moments later, we see a car coming from that direction. And it was very, very odd. It was very suspicious. As it came closer and closer, we saw the cars full of bullets everywhere. The car even got more close and more close. And I see this girl trying to break the car. It was very challenging for her. We didn't understand why. So we helped her open it. We opened the door for her. She slides out, and we see that she's hurt on her left knee. She got a bullet right here on top of her left knee. She was shaking. She was scared. We did everything we could at that time. We tried to block her wound, give her water, improvise ways to block all the blood. She was dying in front of her eyes. I was sure this cannot be an invasion or anything. Maybe it's a mistake. Maybe it's a piece of a missile. These things happen. The last thing I thought is a terrorist invasion. My friend was going to give her water from the car. But by the time he came back, we hear gunfire coming from the other side, towards Be'eri. Now, although I did the military for 3 years, I know for sure IDF does not use AK-47s. It's either Russians or some other terrorist groups like Jihad, Hamas. For sure, I know that was not an IDF gunfire. Now, it was a very loud gunfire, and it became stronger and stronger with time. So no time to think. My instinct, my survival instinct said, gotta act fast. We leave our car there, all our stuff there, and we go to the open fields. Now, I guess you guys have seen the videos of people running in the open fields. Now, me and my friends were also among them, and we were a bit more south from that direction. But we were just walking fast. I see from far away, from a distance, a group of people. I wasn't sure if these are terrorists, but you see a group of people in their cars. Hamas activists had vehicles, pickup trucks with machine guns. And I see these Hamas guys. I didn't know at that time these Hamas guys. I didn't know. Only later I understood. You see them with machine guns. They're shooting everyone like this, like in a duck range. I wasn't really sure what I'm seeing, but there was really no time to... It's not really worth the risk to be too curious about that. So we duck dive, we go in the river, in the valley, and we wait for things to pass. The shootings became stronger, stronger, louder and louder. My friend was calling his sister, telling her everything's gonna be fine. I put my phone on flight mode, I open maps on my phone, and I see all kinds of villages around me. I see Ofakim, Sderot, Netivot. I said, let's go that direction. I told Nadav, I told the people next to me, guys, I think that's a better way to go. We were going to get there, but bullets at some point were flying on top of our head. This close between me and my head, between me and life. They were shrinking, whistling next to my ears. Until this day, by the way, I still hear small sirens in my ears. We start walking and walking and walking. In the background, there's black smoke, white smoke, World War Z. And it hit us hard when we arrived to Patish, together with other dozens of survivors. Because then, when people arrive to the community center, people start crossing stories and sharing stories. What did they see? What happened to them? Where are their friends? A friend of mine asks me, did you see Ori? Did you see Amir? Did you see this? No, I didn't see anyone. Everyone went different places. Then you hear other people saying, I saw my friends being killed in front of my eyes. I was hiding underneath my friend's body. I saw 2 women being raped in front of my eyes when I was hiding in a bush. I did not want to believe it. I was sure this is a horror movie. Everyone was very stressed, very panicked, but everyone eventually the people that arrived to Patish were saved. Later afternoon, I arrived to Ra'anana, to my hometown, to visit my parents. They took a bus, took us to Beersheba, and all the way to Patish, to Ra'anana. I knock home. I tell my parents that I'm here. Act normally. And my father, by the way, he's American. He's from San Francisco. My mother is Italian, from Rome. So I come home and my mom asked me where I was. I told her I was at the Nova festival, but I'm fine. And Ray, my brother, who was cooperating all this time, he gives me the sign. All right, tell her where you were. And I tell her that I was at some party in the South called Innova, but I'm here. That's what's important. And she gives me the most warm hug, the most emotional moment until this day. Unfortunately, 4 of my friends are not alive. They're not here with us. People I grew up with, people I knew from festivals. One person I know grew up with me in high school, still kidnapped. So I'm lucky to be in the right place in the right time, but there are people who didn't have that chance. It's not a pleasant reality, but it's our reality. If we're not going to do it, no one's going to do it for us. Let's fight together against evil. Every one of us has the influence to impact. It's the most important that this whole speech, this whole story doesn't just stay in this room. You guys are going to go out, you're going to continue your life, I'm sure. But it's important this will go also to the outside circles. Because each and every one of you has the power and resilience to impact, to make a better future for ourselves. And I'm lucky and I'm proud, and you guys should be proud, that we are on the right side of history. We will win this war together.
I know that this testimony has touched your heart. It has filled you with a fresh perspective that can only come from hearing from the heart, the mind, the story of those who have endured this atrocity. Eagle's Wings is committed to staying on the front lines of this battle. Sadly, October the 7th did not start on October the 7th. This battle for the existence of the state of Israel goes all the way back even before the founding of the state in May of 1948. There has been, within the hearts of radicalized Islam, a violence against the Jewish people that knows no bounds. I want to invite you to click the link and go to our Frontlines page, and you will see firsthand what Eagle's Wings is doing day by day on the front lines in Israel. We are there through our Abraham's Bread feeding centers, through our United Hatzalah outreach, through our Forest of Life program, which is working with disadvantaged youth who are being sheltered right now in the middle of the hills of Judea. You want to get involved with this effort, go right now to the Frontlines page and let me know that you're standing with us as we make a difference for Israel and the Jewish people. And if you haven't yet done so, click on the links and listen to the stories of the other survivors that brought forth this powerful testimony on Solidarity Sunday.